Alrighty, so we're going live, and tonight I bring you Blue, White, Death, and Taxes. This is a list I've been working on for a while now. Played Death and Taxes for a lot of years. Okay with the deck, not perfect, but I've got some work to do. But we do okay with it. Um, so my big thing with Blue, White, Death, and Taxes is I started this deck when Omni Show was really big. This is when Dig Through Time was still legal. This is when Treasure Cruise was still legal. So the deck did a really good job at shutting down Omni Show, which was like one of the top decks of the format at the time. Because you have Cavernous Souls. I was playing 3 for a while. You have Cavernous Souls, which has a lot of overlap between humans and wizards. So Meddling Mage is like a freebie. But you jam a Meddling Mage naming human or wizard. You jam a Cavernous Souls naming human or wizard, and then you jam a Meddling Mage to name Show and Tell. And then if you get a Fault Meddling Mage named Cunning Wish, like literally Omni Show had no answer to it. So Steck did a really good job at shutting that deck down. The Geist-Saint Trap was an amazing clock. True Name was a hard-to-answer threat that could pretty much beat its way through any fair deck. So that's kind of where this deck came from. I wrote up something for the Thraben University like forever ago, but I don't know how relevant it is anymore. We're going to try this out. This is kind of where the deck's evolved to. Some changes I made was an extra island, a couple extra planes. We're on 4 tundras. I was on a couple tundras in Seachrome Coast. Seachrome Coast generally was okay because it gave us the ability to have an early land drop that didn't come to play out in tap, didn't have to be fetched for, so we were safe from like stifle shenanigans, stuff like that. Seachrome Coast I just found was just not really performing, so I went up to 4 tundras, added a second island, added the 4th plains, because I believe it was I believe my original list was 3 Cavernous Souls, 4 Fledstrand, 1 island, 3 plains, and maybe 4th Seachrome Coast and 2 tundras. So that's kind of where we've gone with the list. We're gonna try and see if this new list works out okay. I'm gonna just tweet real quick to make sure that people know we're live. Give me 1 second. If you can hear that typing, it's my mechanical keyboard. Actually, I'm going to adjust my sound because I'm fairly certain, yeah, that's not going to work at all. There we go. There we go. Sound should be better now. If sound was bad before, sound should be better now. So that's kind of where we're at right now is we changed the mana base around a little bit, make it a little safer against Wasteland and stuff like that, because lands is kind of a problem for this deck. Obviously, we have a lot of non-basics, so lands can be a problem with all the, Wastelands, Ghost Quarters, all that. There's only 2 Cavern Souls now. It might be correct to go back to 3. There's going to be a lot of days and stuff like that, because Rug Delver is going to be very popular. But I think 2 Cavern Souls is fine. 3 Karakas still, and then 4 Wastelands. There's no ports. This deck tends to be a little more mana intensive, where you don't have the opportunity, like, if you have to get a Vial Online to have port in this deck, and if you can't get a Vial Online, like, the deck is very mana intensive, where you need your lands available at all times. Also, like, Meddling Mage stops a card from being played, whereas Phyrexian Invoker, which is usual in Death and Taxes lists, shuts down a card. So, like, if you can get a Phyrexian Invoker in play, you can shut down a card that's already in play. So you can start, like, porting them and stuff like that to restrict their mana with Thalias and stuff like that. We have Meddling Mage to just flat out shut down cards, so shutting down their mana isn't as necessary as this to just stop a certain card from being played. Stuff like Toxic Deluge is going to be tough against us because we have like True Name Nemesis, we have Geist-Saint Trap, great clocks, but they do die to like sweepers like Terminus, Supreme Verdict, Toxic Deluge, and whatnot. So that's why we have just Wastelands, no ports in this list. So I'm still on 4 Mother of Runes. I kind of want to try to add a Devoted Caretaker or 2. It's 1 mana, 1/2 for 1 white. It's 1 white, 1/2. It's a human cleric, I believe. It has white, tap it, and then target non-land permanent you control is protected from instants and sorceries this turn. So it can shut down Abrupt Decay. It can shut down swords, bolts. It can shut down Ancient Grudge, stuff like that. It can protect your artifacts, it can protect your creatures. So it's actually like, it's kind of like a 5th Mother of Runes. It could end up being like better than Mother of Runes. I'm not really sure. Again, it costs mana, so like if you're not running ports because you're mana intensive deck, you might not want to run something along the lines of Devoted Caretaker, because again, it costs mana, you have to untap with it. So it could be incorrect, but I might want to try some number of Devoted Caretakers in this list. Still 4 Swords Plowshares, 4 Aether Vial, 1 Umezawa's Jit, Sword of Fire and Ice, and Sword of War and Peace. And I have the Sword of War and Peace main board instead of Batterskull. So Sword of War and Peace is going to give me the pro white and red that a lot of my creatures don't have. Like Mirror Crusader is not in this list, but Sword of War and Peace gives me the ability to really push some damage, gain some life back. Especially with Rug Delver coming back, there's going to be a lot more bolts in play rather than Fatal Push and whatnot. So Sword of War and Peace is going to give me the additional protection against stuff like Bolt, Swords Plowshares if Death and Tax is coming back, Path. Swords Plowshares if Miracles is becoming a thing again. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Still 4 Thalia. I have 3 Meddling Mage instead of Phyrexian Invoker. We already discussed that. There's 3 Stoneforge Mystic. So, me personally, as a Death and Taxes pilot, I'd like 3 Stoneforge Mystic over 4. Like, granted, your creatures aren't worth much, but Stoneforge Mystic generally is a card that you want when you're more in control of the game, rather than when you're behind. Because top decking the Stoneforge Mystic when you're behind is miserable. But once you've kind of set up that soft lock of like using Wastelands, having Thalia in play, for my list, having Meddling Mage in play, that's when you finally want to draw a Stoneforge Mystic. So you don't want to draw them early in the game generally in this list, but you do want to draw them by the late game. So there's still 3 instead of like 2 or whatnot. But that's kind of where I'm on Stoneforge Mystic for this list. I don't know if it's correct. It could be wrong. You know, if anyone in the chat ends up thinking that I'm wrong, by all means, let me know. If you watch this video on YouTube, make sure you tweet at me, at Aaron Gazzaniga. It's right in the overlay. If you think that 3 Stoneforge Mystic is wrong, it should absolutely be 4. Sure, I'm willing to discuss it. I'm willing to figure out if that's right or not. We have 2 Recruiter the Guard. So originally I had 0 Recruiter Guard in this list. Originally there was, when did I cut for those? I had 2 Restoration Angels in this list. Restoration Angel is great against Punishing Fire because it requires double activation. With a Thalia in play, it's not always possible. A Restoration Angel carrying a Sword of Fire and Ice or a Sword of War and Peace is almost unanswerable, except by Fatal Push, obviously. But Fatal Push can be blanked by Mother of Runes. It can be blanked by a Flicker Wisp, something like that. So I had 2 Restoration Angels, dropped them for 2 Recruit the Guards. A little easier on the mana. Recruit the Guard can be an army in the box with Flicker Wisp. It can let you reset a Meddling Mage. Recruit the Guard can let you get another Meddling Mage. It can let you get the Stoneforge Mystic if you're ready to start the aggro plan with equipment. So Recruit the Guards ended up in the list. So again, 4 Flicker Wisps. So I was running 4 Flicker Wisps, 2 Restoration Angels. Obviously, the Flicker effect is great for cards like Meddling Mage, cards like Click, cards like Stoneforge. You get to rebuy the Interest Battlefield triggers. And then Flicker Wisp with Recruiter Guard is an army in the can, basically. If you need to rebuild your board, you play Recruiter, you Flicker Wisp it out, you get another Flicker Wisp, you Flicker Wisp Recruiter out again. It's an army in the can, so that's great. 2 True Name Nemesis, so obviously these don't have much energy with stuff like Flicker Wisp because obviously True Name Nemesis, just a stupid aggro creature. It's a 3/1 for 3. Gives you the ability to attack into anything. Can't be answered by a Jace, can't be answered by Swords Plowshares, any spot removal. It really requires stuff like Terminus, stuff like Supreme Verdict. The 3 Meddling Mage can shut down sweepers like that, so True Nemesis comes really in handy that way. Vendilion Clicks, I had 3 in the original list I had. The original list I had, though, didn't have... So the very original list didn't have any number of Recruiter Guards or Restoration Angels. Had a 3rd click and a 1 of Spirit Labyrinth. So you could like get random moments where like, here's a Spirit Labyrinth in play during your draw step. I'm going to click you. I'm going to take your card. You can't draw another card because I have a Spirit Labyrinth in play. You've already drawn a card this turn. So Click and Spirit Labyrinth actually like kind of double teamed opponents like that, which was a lot of fun, but it wasn't really very. It wasn't very regular that that lock got online because even if you have multiple Spirit Labyrinth is a very fragile creature. They could top deck like a removal spell in response to Click, kill Spirit Labyrinth. Your Click comes into play, they get to draw the card anyway. Like, they don't get to draw the card if they have no cards in hand, but they get to draw the card anyway if they do. So it wasn't amazing, but Clicks with Karakas, Vial, and stuff like that, you never have to worry about Terminus, you never have to worry about just crap like that. So that's always been great. Geist of Saint Trapped. It's a hexproof threat. It's 2/2. When it attacks, you create a 4/4 angel creature token with flying that's tapped and attacking. You exile token at the end of combat. So Geist of Saint Traps gives us like a hexproof threat that like if Geist wearing equipment plus an angel are attacking every turn, that's at least like 8 damage a turn. So if you can lock down your opponent a little bit, Geist with equipment is an insane clock. And then the benefit of Geist of Saint Trap being a legendary creature, you can against like especially miracles with Terminus, you get to be able to attack with Geist. If we tried Terminus, you use Karakas, bounce it back to your hand, use Vial, put it back in play. So you have a lot of play that way, where your opponent can't just answer a Geist even with a sweeper effect. So Geist has been great. And again, we already talked about the equipment, so I have a Sword of War and Peace instead of Batterskull. Batterskull's great and everything, but the Germ Token's very fragile. If they just kill your Stoneforge Mystic before you can cheat your Batterskull into play, it's very hard to get a Batterskull into play, especially with your Athalia deck. So Sword of War and Peace is supposed to be an easier equipment to cast. It's supposed to give you the ability to equip to a Geist of Saint Trap to really pump it up, to be able to just attack with impunity. And again, the life loss and life gain on the triggered ability is great. So if you're not familiar with Sword of War and Peace, it's equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from red and white spells. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, Sword of War and Peace deals that much damage to that controller equal to the number of cards in their hand, and you gain 1 life for each number of cards in your hand. So it's really good in the aggro matchups. It gives you like a little bit of extra leniency against burn, where you get to like kind of pad your life to a little bit. So this is the list we're going to try. We're going to go with it. Hopefully it works out. We're going to go right into our league match. Thank you, M, for following me all the way from the UK. She's actually in if you don't like Legacy and you like Modern, make sure you check out Aaron Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Make sure you check out his stream. He's actually streaming Modern right now with someone named M from the UK, and she's great. Thomas Smiley, thanks for following me on Twitch. I don't know if you're in here right now, but I appreciate you following me. This is my creepy reminder that someone's following me. If you're familiar with my YouTube channel, you're familiar that I actually have a few hand puppet Elmo videos that I put in there, and please don't dig that deep. It's really horrible. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Great to see you. You're sleeping up your deck for tomorrow. Are you the Legacy seat, or are you playing Standard or Modern? So this hand's decent. We have the ability to fetch for Basic Island. We're on the play. We have a Sword Splashers. We have a Mother Runes. We have Stoneforge Mystic and Thalia. This is definitely a keep. I wouldn't mind a Cavern of Souls to make sure we can jam something like Thalia, but I think we're actually fine with this. My opponent's mulling 6 cards, so that's fine. We're going to start on Mother of Runes. Obviously, getting Mother of Runes active is definitely where we want to be. My opponent doesn't just have removal in hand. They have to like cantrip. They have to play something else. Our Mother of Runes sticks. We can protect our Thalia. We can protect our Stoneforge Mystic. Yeah, I don't blame you, Tom. Oh, God, I had again. So we're probably playing against Eldrazi. We're going to need to find some number of Wastelands here. I'm going to go straight for Stoneforge Mystic here. We're going to get some equipment. Yes, we'll use the ability. So against Eldrazi, I prefer the Jit when I have Thalia, but the Sword of War and Peace is going to be relevant because they're going to be aggressive deck. We want our Thalia to at least be a 4/4. The card draw and the triggered ability on Sword of Fire and Ice, I don't think is perfect. One thing we do have to be aware of, actually, oh yeah, Thomas, you said it. So one thing we have to be careful of is Thought-Knot Seer. Thought-Knot Seer can take the equipment we have in our hands. So I'm actually going to go with the Jit. It's going to be the easiest to cast. We're going to go ahead and pass turn. We're going to hope Thought-Knot Seer doesn't just take the card in their hand. But that could very easily happen. We'll pass the turn. There's an Eldrazi Temple, so we could easily see a Thought-Knot Seer here. Mox Diamond. Okay, that's a new one. Do they usually play Mox Diamond? I'm not familiar with that. Discarding Sage Rays. This could just be a Reality Smasher. That's actually, like, best case scenario for us. We can source the Plowshares, discarding this extra Mother Runes. Mother Runes is not relevant in this matchup particularly, mostly because they have so much They have so many colorless creatures that Mother Runes can't really protect against them. So I'm going to play Karakas. I'm going to go ahead and play Athalia. Oh, no, no. I'm so bad at this game. I should have played the swords before Athalia. I done messed up. We're not cheating any equipment, so we're going to sneak in a couple points of damage here. This is going to be tough, though. Another Reality Smasher. Okay, so this is a very aggressive Eldrazi draw. A sword would have been better here. We're not going to block. We're going to take 10, which is unfortunate. Ooh, Wasteland. That's tempting. I think we have to get Jit online, though. Maybe we don't have to get Jit quite online yet. Maybe I do just... Yeah, we're going to Swords one of these. I'm going to get rid of this extra Mother of Runes. Okay. I want to Wasteland them here, but I think blocking with Stoneforge and Mother of Runes to survive and using Stoneforge to cheat and Jit is probably better. Oh, boy. Probably could, I could have gotten a free attack in there with Thalia, but I don't know that that really matters. This is an extremely aggressive draw. Turn 2 Reality Smasher into turn 3 is tough. If they Wasteland me here, I'd have to use Stoneforge before combat, which means this Floodstream is very dead. Okay, so we're not Wastelanding me yet. Okay, so they're going to attack. We're going to block. We're going to use these two. We're going to say okay. Before damage, we're going to use Stoneforge to put in Jit. Okay. We get a Jit equipped on Thalia. We're in decent shape. And now if they thought not, we only have Floodstream in hand, so that's fine. We're definitely going to be wasting this Eye of Ugin, though. I think it might even be worth it just to... Oh, no! Warping Wheel! That was good. That was tough for us. Okay. Another Thalia is not bad. We're going to get rid of this Eye of Ugin, actually. We're going to play Thalia. I think I have to equip this Jit. Oh, boy. Yeah. We're going to have to equip this Jit, because I think we're just going to have to gain 4 life with Jit so we don't die. We gain 4 life, we go to 6. Is there any way we can't kill this, unfortunately. Okay. So we're going to gain 4 life. We will end up going to 1 after that. We're going to hope for another white creature. We don't have enough blue sources to play like True Name or anything. I'm trying to think what would be good here. I don't know that we actually have any outs to this. That was a very aggressive draw. We weren't quick enough. Chalice on 1's fine. Sword Splashers would just be countered at this point. The Matter Shaper makes all the difference, though. Matter Shaper might be enough to just kill us. Yeah, it's a land that doesn't do it. Okay. So this is actually a matchup where Barraskull would have been good. I don't actually have Barraskull in this list. We have a couple Council's Judgments. There's a decent chance that they might have... I'm thinking about Phyrexian Invoker because there's a decent chance that they have... what's the card? They have their own Jit, which would not be good for us. Meddling Mage is okay because Meddling Mage on Reality Smasher is very helpful. Clicks I don't think are going to be great. They have Wasteland and stuff, so Click might be tough to actually get to cast. I think Phyrexian Invoker is not going to be great here. I think we're just going to rely on what we have going on right here. Main board. The Sword Splashers aren't ideal, given the fact that they run Chalice for 1. But we are on the play. On the draw, we might sideboard out some number of Sword Plowshares for the Phyrexian Invokers. But as of right now, Phyrexian Invoker might be okay, actually, just because they have, like, they probably have, what's the card? Endbringer. They probably have Endbringer, so we're going to want Phyrexian Invoker probably after this, but... Alright, here we go. Yes, we'll be able to play. This is fine. We'll keep. You're gonna hope they don't have Pithing Needle. If they have Pithing Needle, we're in trouble. Mother Runes isn't great here. Actually, trimming some of our Mother Runes probably isn't bad. I'd like some more lands for sure. Eldrazi Mimic. What is Mother doing? Mother's not doing much. She can shut down Dismembers, which is worth noting. We're just going to go ahead and get rid of that. I don't think there's any reason to hold a Mother up. But yeah, she can shut down Dismembers, which is really the only relevance of Mother Runes in this matchup. She can also carry equipment, worst comes to worst, which isn't ideal, but it's something. They might waste a Warping Wheel on it, which means like stuff like Thalia, stuff like Flickerwisp will be safe later in the game. On Mono White, I'm actually on some number of Heretic Cathars. Thalia Heretic Cathar with equipment is basically unstoppable in this matchup. So I'm kind of missing that card right now. I would love to find a True Name, so that way we can actually get something relevant going. My opponent's probably thinking, what the hell did you keep this hand for? This hand is awful. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the Eldrazi Temple. We don't want them to just have freebies. We're not going to actually attack. I'm going to get rid of the Eldrazi Temple because it gets rid of their freebies of like 2 mana for like Thought-Knot Seer and Reality Smasher and stuff like that. The Ancient Tomb slowly packing away at them is going to be good. I don't mind blocking with Mom here because, again, Mom is not great in this matchup. Okay, so yes, we'll use that. Okay, yes, we'll use that. Alright, so now we have a Flickerwisp, which is decent. Let me go ahead and just put this Mom in play now. We're going to hold off on the Flickerwisp. Might be relevant to keep an upkeep stop. Ash Barrens. Okay, so they're going to go get a Waste. Plains. Okay, so this is White Eldrazi then. So they have what's it called? Eldrazi Displacer. Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Okay. This hand did not quite work out the way I was hoping it would. Yes, I will use this ability. I will put in a Flickerwisp. We will get rid of the Eldrazi Displacer for now. Getting rid of the Thought-Knot Seer might have been okay, mostly because we'll have Violet 2 and 3, so like we get to draw the extra card. You know, drawing True Name, like that blanks the Thought-Knot Seer forever. There's a True Name. Look at that. Yes, we'll use the ability. We will put a True Name into play. We'll choose that. Okay. So we do have the problem that they do have a Eldrazi Displacer that they can cast at some point. But they are using Ancient Tomb. We're getting through with 3 damage a turn with Flickerwisp. True Name gets to blank their Thought-Knot Seer. I could use True Name to just block the Matter Reshaper and kill it. I don't think that's worth it. I'm going to block Thought-Knot Seer and use Mother Runes to block Matter Reshaper. Again, Mother Runes isn't particularly great in this matchup. What do you got? Reality Smasher? That's a good card. Yeah, that's a good card. Okay. You're at 9? I think we can race that. I think we're good here. Go ahead. Do your worst. Okay. Block that. Block that. We're going to block the Matter Reshaper. Actually, we're going to block the Eldrazi Displacer, and then we'll block the Thought-Knot Seer with the Mother Runes. I'd like to kill the Displacer to keep them off some type of shenanigans they might have. No, White Blink Eldrazi is actually, because it is a devoid card, it's devoid of color. Actually, Mother Runes doesn't do anything against it, so. Meddling Mage is not bad. We can shut them down from playing future future Reality Smashers, which is really going to be the big problem we're going to have here. Okay, so we're going to shut them down off Reality Smasher. We're at 9. I think we're just going to get in with 3 in the air. We can take 5. We can block. I can block Thought-Knot Seer of Meddling Mage and block Matter Reshaper True Name. They're going to get a free card, but they're at 6, so next turn we can actually just kill them. So I think we're going to be okay here. They can't play Reality Smasher here, so it's not like they're just going to get us. we'll see what happens, I guess. But they had a really aggressive draw game 1. Okay, Eldrazi Displacer flicker something out. So they can flicker out the Milling Mage, so we can't block 2 things, but we still don't die to that. If they flicker out the Flicker Wisp, I get to exile another one of their cards, so that would not be good. I would love if they flickered out my Flicker Wisp, and then I could flicker out my I can flicker out their Thought-Knot Seer to draw a card, hopefully draw like a Geist-the-Same Trapped, and be able to get a Geist on board to just push that last point of damage we need. But I think we're okay here. Endless One. Okay, Endless One's not a problem. That's fine. Okay, if 0 cards in hand, they can use an Eldrazi Displacer to kind of throw us off a little bit. We're going to use this Milling Mage on their Matter Reshaper. We're going to trade with it, which sucks, but hopefully I don't find something really good. Eldrazi Temple, that's fine. It's not fine if they draw like an Ugin or something, but they're almost dead here. The Eldrazi Displacer actually is a problem. Okay. Nope, we want the Violet 3, we want the Violet 2. So, nope. Okay. So, nope. So we've not drawn many lands this game. Yeah, that seems fine. So I can Swords them. I'm going to try to go to combat. I'm going to see if I can get in some damage here. If they do hit my Flicker Wisp with Eldrazi Displacer, so they can do 1 activation and then be at 1 life. I guess Flicker Wisp is going to probably hit Thought-Knot Seer. Hopefully we draw something relevant. Chances are at this point we've only seen 2 lands. We're only going to draw land. So I don't know if we actually get out of this alive because of the Reality Smasher. It might actually be worth it to just Swords our Flicker Wisp. Don't just straight up die. So they used Wasteland, they didn't use Ancient Tomb, that's unfortunate. Yeah, definitely going to pick Thought-Knot Seer. We're going to hope to draw something of relevance. We're going to have to cast both these cards this turn, so we can use the Flicker Wisp. Yes, we're going to use Flicker Wisp to exile our Flicker Wisp, which is going to come back end step. We're going to Swords the Eldrazi Displacer. When our Flicker Wisp comes back, we're going to get rid of the Reality Smasher, because that's really the big problem we have. That's the card pretty much that kills us. Their Thought-Knot Seer coming back is kind of a problem, but not really. So we have the chump block. So we're going to exile this Reality Smasher until the end of their turn. One of these Flicker Wisps can just block an Endless One. The other one can block a Thought-Knot Seer, which does nothing right now. We might be able to dig out of this one. It might have been worth it to Flicker Wisp Endless One, but I think that at this point we just kill them on their turn. They might not even attack here. If they don't attack here, we absolutely just kill them on the swing back. If they do attack here, we block both. So being at 4 is a little rough for us, but hopefully our draw gives us something good. I can't picture what good thing we could possibly draw at this point. I'm probably going to take this Aether Vial up to 3. So we draw a Recruiter Guard. We want to be able to Recruiter plus Flicker Wisp. Because Stoneforge at this point doesn't save us. That's going to be a no. This one's going to be a yes. Stoneforge doesn't save us. I guess Stoneforge can be a chump blocker for something, which is fine, but Reality Smasher is really the problem here. So we're hoping for a Recruit of the Guard off the top. Flicker Wisp be okay. Fledgestrand's not going to get there. So yeah, that's a lose. That's a lose situation there. So that was unfortunate. Yeah, the hand was a little sketchy. Their Thought-Knot Seer taking our equipment was not ideal, but we also didn't draw, like, we saw 3 lands the whole game, so it happens. Hey, we got another match. This is going pretty quick. That's nice. So yeah, I had to stream tonight. I was like, I'm missing out on Legacy. I gotta get some Legacy in. I should be playing at SCG Worcester on the Legacy Classic on Sunday. So if you're going to be there in the Legacy Classic on Sunday, make sure you come down and say hi. Love to meet some of you people. Daniel Nunes. I don't know who this is. This hand's okay. It's fair. It's not ideal. Like, we're probably going to want to... So we're on the draw. We're going to want to probably fetch a Plains, play a Mother of Runes. Depending on what our opponent does, this might be a little sketchy, but we got the Wasteland, we got the Mom, we got the Swords, Mutavault. So we're probably playing Merfolk, given the Mutavault Aether Vial. This could randomly be Goblins. I highly doubt it's Goblins. So we're going to go ahead and just fetch out a Plains. Play a Mom. Say go. They might have days. They might have days, they might not. We'll see what happens. Ooh, Turn 1 Thoughtseize is rating me the party of 3. Hey, what's up, Em? How you doing? Thanks for following me on Twitch and Twitter. I appreciate it. I followed you back on Twitter. I don't know if you have a Twitch, though, so. Isolate was put back in? Oh, no. Thank God that ended. Isolate. So bad. Sliver! Oh, no, we're against meat hooks. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm a nerd. That's me. Yeah, so we're going to... I want a Wasteland here, but we're just going to play a Thalia. Thalia generally is going to be able to beat most of their Slivers. This is not going to be pretty, though. Slivers is not a deck I intended to play against tonight, so this should be interesting. Generally, I like the Death and Taxes matchup versus any other tribal deck. Gale Rider Sliver was the card I was just about to mention. That card can be a problem. So next turn, we're going to want a Swords of Plowshare as that. Them having Vial is a little problematic. We only have Revokers post-board. Our Wastelands aren't as good if we can't shut down Vial. So our Wasteland's going to stay here for mana. Hibernation Sliver, yeah, that's a problem. Okay, this is becoming a problem. So Hibernation Sliver gives them the ability to shut down our Swords Plowshares, basically. This is going to be another Lord effect at 2 CMC. Sinew Sliver, yep, there it is. Alright, our Click's going to have to do a lot of work. Our Flickerwist is also going to have to do a lot of work. Sword of War and Peace is not ideal here. Sword of War and Peace would be much better if it was... Oh, hello. No, not Click. Flickerwisp. Sword of War and Peace would be much better if we could actually cast it right now. Flickerwisp is going to come in, probably take out this Vial for at least a turn. I would have loved to be able to take out Hibernation Sliver and cast Swords Plowshares. Unfortunately, I can't do that right now. So we're just going to have to Flickerwisp, reset their Vial. Okay, so they return Hibernation Sliver to their hand, which is odd. It'd be nice if I still had Wasteland. Oh, they return Hibernation Sliver to their hand to be able to cast Flickerwisp. Force of Will. Excuse me. So they exiled Hibernation, which is actually good for us, interestingly enough. It's good for us because it gives us the ability to actually answer their creatures now. So we can actually Swords this Gale Rider Sliver. Hopefully they don't have another one. We can get there. We can get going there. The Mutavault's a problem. So that's 4, 7, 10, 13. That's Xaxes. Okay, we are very dead. So we're going to go ahead and scoop. That's unfortunate. I guess Swords earlier would have been better. So we're definitely going to want Phyrexian Evokers. We're going to want Pithing Needle. We're going to want Containment Priest. We're going to want our Containment Priest. What the hell did I just put in? I just put something in. I don't even realize what I put in. I think it was Containment Priest. I might have been clicking ahead of myself. I'm ridiculous. I'm sorry, people. So in this matchup, I don't think... I'm going to actually trim a couple Vials. Our mana is a lot better than theirs. We have Wastelands. They likely don't. True Name's going to be amazing. Equipment's going to be amazing. I don't think Thalia's going to be great. So I'm actually going to trim them some number of Thalias. So First Strike can be amazing, but Equipment's going to be better in this matchup. So we're going to stick mostly with Equipment and Mother of Runes. So Mono White here, you get like stuff like Path Exile. You get stuff like Cataclysm if you want it. And generally those are going to put you ahead in the game. We don't have stuff like that as Blue-White. We have some more like Anti-Combo Hate and like Flush Storm at 1 mana and stuff like that. Meddling Mages are fine. Swords Plowshares, Phyrexian Evoker. We're going to keep this. We can cast most everything in your hand except for the Geist at the moment. But we can Phyrexian Invoker a Vial if they're going to be heavy on Vial, and if we start drawing Wastelands and stuff, we can jam a Geist, we'll start Wastelanding their mana and keep them off mana. So we're going to go ahead and play Karakas. They only really saw white cards that game. I forget. I think they might have saw a Tundra. So they know something fishy is going on. But not fishy as far as, like, Merfolk itself. Merfolk is obviously a miserable deck. I'm obviously personally not a fan of Merfolk. We're not on a Vial start, and we actually boarded out Vial, so we can actually shut down their Vial completely. So this will really hurt them in their ability to develop their board state. We also have the ability to, next turn, play a Geist Sustain Trap. We will have to Lotus Petal the Karakas, which is unfortunate. If they have Hibernation Sliver, that's probably what Meddling Mage is going to have to name. Hibernation Sliver can give them the ability to blow up our Phyrexian Invoker. Not Hibernation Sliver, Harmonic Sliver, excuse me. They're not hibernating, they're trying to harmonize. What do we got? Sinew Sliver, okay, that's fine. I don't care about that card. Once I get multiple Lord effects down, I will care, but at the moment I don't. So we're gonna play a Meddling Mage. We're gonna name Harmonic Sliver. It could be correct to name one of their Sliver Lords, but I think that Harmonic Sliver, to keep our equipment safe, to keep our Revoker safe, I think is going to be correct. I would like to start drawing Wastelands at this point, because at this point I can play a Wasteland them, and then play a Geist. I can also, after that turn, hold up Karakas to keep my creature safe, so we're going to want to do that. Kind of the game plan we're on. I'd like to draw some equipment. Equipment at this point would pretty much just close out the game. Jit would be ideal. Crystalline Sliver does obviously create a problem with that. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to cast Stoneforge Mystic here. We're going to get a Sword of Fire and Ice. It'll get us through their Crystalline Slivers and stuff like that. It'll draw some cards, which is really going to be relevant here. So Sword of Fire and Ice, let's make sure we choose this card. Play Karakas as a Lotus Petal. We'll keep the Karakas that's untapped. And I can't play a Meddling Mage because I screwed up tapping mana because I'm smart like that. So I don't want to attack with anything here because I don't want to just trade with a Crystalline Sliver. If they lose their Shroud, that's great. But if they get Vial online, that's not great. So at the moment, we're fine. At the moment they get Vial online, we're probably not fine. How's everyone doing tonight? So you have 8 viewers. I hope all of you are enjoying. What do you got? Sidewinder Sliver. Flanking! Ugh. Yeah, you got flanking. Cool. First strike and flanking. Okay. That's a different story. That I don't like. Alright, so we're going to have to get the Sword of Fire and Ice in play. So next turn, we need another land in order to next turn play Sword of Fire and Ice and equip it. We're going to hope for that land, but we'll see what happens. Shroud, First Strike, and Flanking. God, Slivers are annoying. Slivers are like the tribe of keywords. For real, though. Yeah, we're not going to block you. You have First Strike and Flanking. We're not going to do that. We will suit up some equipment and start punching you, but we will not block you. Come on, land. No! That's not a land! Stop it, deck. Actually tempted to play a Geist Sustain Trap, but I think I'd like to get rid of this Crystalline Sliver. So we're going to get rid of the Crystalline Sliver and get rid of their Shroud. We're going to vote for Crystalline Sliver. You should vote for Striking Sliver or Sidewinder Sliver. It doesn't really matter. I'd rather Sidewinder Sliver go away. We're not going to attack here. You still have First Strike. You still have Flanking. Is flanking when they attacks or blocks, or is it only when it's blocked or blocking? I don't remember. So yeah, next turn, if I can find a land, I'm going to use Stoneforge Mystic, Cheat and Fire and Ice, use Fire and Ice, equip to probably Phyrexian Invoker to start punching through some damage. They could block with Sidewinder Sliver, but they would just lose their Sidewinder Sliver, which is fine with me. If they don't block, then we just get to shoot something and draw more cards, which is obviously awesome. The turn after, we're probably looking to play a Geist Sustain Trap. Depending on what we draw, it's possible like Meddling Mage plus 2 drop in 2 turns. So if next turn we draw land, we're going to cheat and Sword of Fire and Ice, equip it. The next turn we draw 2 drop, we Meddling Mage and 2 drop. If we don't draw another land, we end up just playing Geist-Sink Draft. We gotta start pushing damage. We want to close this out. We don't want to give them some random way to win this game. I would like to be able to cheat in the Sword of Fire and Ice, though. That's ideally what I would like to do. Another Crystalline Sliver is a problem. So I won't be able to shoot their creatures, but they don't have any Lord effects at the moment, so that's decent. But I would really like to get this equipment in play. Geist-Sink Draft would not be bad either. Flickerwisp doesn't do it. Yeah, so we're just going to go... I think we're just going to Geist here. Ugh, I need to get this equipment in play. This is obnoxious. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get this equipment in play. Do that. Okay. So we're going to get this equipment in play. We'll pass the turn. We'll hopefully start pushing damage. I'd like to be able to answer this Crystalline Sliver so this equipment is more relevant. Predatory Sliver. Okay, that becomes a problem. So now that their creatures are buffed, we're actually in trouble. Especially the Mutavault being buffed. I need to get rid of this, either the Sidewinder Sliver or Striking Sliver. Wing Sliver wouldn't be bad to get rid of either. Why'd you pull back the Sidewinder Sliver? I don't have any flying creatures. What are you doing? So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to 6. Jesus. Maybe sort of War and Peace was better. That's rough. Okay. We're probably just dead here. Yeah, we're just basically dead here. We could not draw the lands when we needed them. It was unfortunate, but it happens. So they have 2 slivers back, which means this might not even be relevant. Not drawing the lands really hurt us. I can't answer their creatures, which is really unfortunate. Sword of Fire and Ice doesn't even make it, so neither one of these can block. If they team block, they just kill this Phyrexian Invoker. It doesn't matter. We're just dead. But this turned out really poorly. And Vile's not relevant right now, which is why I'm fine with just attacking with Phyrexian Invoker. Yeah, Phyrexian Invoker's dead. That's great for you. You win. Meat hooks. Okay. Crystalline Sliver is a bitch. Oh, man. That matchup actually would have been much better if we were running Kess. I almost ran Kess Landstill today. I didn't. I also almost ran blue-white Jace Stompy with Teferi. That with back to basics and like Chalice Livoid at 1, that would have been great against Slivers too. Shut down your vials, shut down your lands. Seems good. Hello everyone who's in here, cheers. Third match coming up. Come on, opponent, join. Let's play some Magic. I didn't miss Legacy tonight. Well, I missed Legacy tonight because I, had to take care of my car. I have apparently forgot about my oil change for way too long. Playing Tarzan in a Jungle at 1-2. Okay. I'm fine with the sand. It's not pretty, but it's keepable. On the play, which makes it more keepable, I'm going to fetch out a basic Plains with the Flood Strand. I could fetch out basic island to throw my opponents off, named Human with Cavernous Souls. That gives me the ability to have an island towards stuff like True Name, Geist-Sink Draft, and everything, and have a Cavernous Souls towards Thalia, Meddling Mage, etc. So I think actually fetching out basic island might be better here. It also might give my opponent the idea that we're on Miracles. It gives my opponent the idea that we're on Miracles or some other deck like that. Could throw my opponent off. Could make them think that the hand they kept is better. They play Ponder, they might ponder wrong, etc. So we're going to get a basic island and say go. And again, I'm not huge on like mind screwing your opponent, but if you can get some like Trixism against your opponent, it's obviously a good thing. Duress. So you're going to see my 2 equipment and my Meddling Mage. So Underground Sea, Duress, we're likely looking at Ad Nauseam Tendrils or Tests. Either one we're looking against. I think Meddling Mage naming Infernal Tutor is probably going to be our best bet. If it turns out to be Test, Meddling Mage naming Burning Wish is better, but if it turns out to be Ant or Test without a Burning Wish, Infernal Tutor is generally going to be better here. So Cavern Soul is going to name Human. We're going to play Meddling Mage. If we draw Thalia, Thalia is going to get played over that. So we'll just do this. We'll name Human. Say okay. Could name Wizard, but I'd like to be able to cast Thalia if we find it. Why is it a creature type? That's weird. Oh, good old MTGO with their funny little bugs. So we drew another equipment, which is not ideal. Next turn, we will be able to play another equipment. Next turn, we'll be able to play equipment. The turn after, we'll be able to equip, so that's good. Turn after, we'll actually be able to equip and double Wasteland them, which is even more relevant. If they play another dual land, we can Wasteland them twice, play equipment, and we can play equipment next turn, Wasteland them twice, and then equip the equipment and attack. And having a Sword of War and Peace against a combo deck that can't particularly play their cards out is really good. So we're going to go ahead with a Sword of War and Peace. They know we have Sword of Fire and Ice. I don't think they knew we had Sword of War and Peace, which is fine. But we're going to go ahead and attack. Once we get the Sword of War and Peace and can double Wasteland them, we're in really good shape here. They might duress us again, maybe Thoughtseize or Cobble Therapy, get rid of our Sword of Fire and Ice. We're fine with that. We really only need Sword of War and Peace in this hand. Our opponent's always going to have cards in hand at this point if they can't just Infernal Tutor to Demonic Tutor through the deck after playing LED. This turn, ideally, we want to draw Thalia and play that. If we draw Thalia and play that, we're going to use Cavern Island to cast Thalia. We'll Wasteland one of them. I might just equip. I might not. I think playing Thalia is correct. Equipping, I think, is correct. I don't think Wastelanding is correct if we draw Thalia. If we draw Thalia, we're not going to double Wasteland. We're just going to play Crocus. We'll play Thalia. We'll equip. We'll swing for a bunch. And that'll be that. I think at that point we should pretty much have this locked down. Stoneforge Mystic is not great. We're going to go ahead and kill this Underground Sea. I think they know about our other Wasteland. We're just going to play Crocus. We will equip to the Meddling Mage. So we're going to gain 3 life. They're going to lose 6 life, which is great against combo. This is going to be a very nice fast clock. Always yield to that trigger ability, because I will always want to gain the life, and I will always want them to lose life. So this turn, if they don't play another card, we can hit them for 4 plus 7. Yeah, so this turn we can most likely kill our opponent. This is one of the reasons I like Sword of War and Peace in this build. Meddling Mage will strand cards in your opponent's hand. Once Meddling Mage has stranded cards in your opponent's hand, Sword of War and Peace is always going to be more relevant. If you have stuff like True Name, Geist Same Trap, their spot removal is less relevant, so like spot removal is going to be stranded in the hand, so War and Peace can get a lot more damage through that way. So that's a couple of the reasons why I like Sword of War and Peace better than I like Batterskull in this build. Come on, opponent. Are you dead? Can you win without Infernal Tutor? Show me the cards. Come on, Storm's supposed to be one of our better matchups. Let's get there. Trop. Okay. You drew your 1 up Trop. So you need as much mana as possible. I'm just going to F6. We don't have any responses. LED, yep. So my opponent did the math out. They either think they have it or they have it without Infernal Tutor. Ritual. So here they could fetch Dark Petition, crack LED. For red. So they have 3 red, 3 black. They could cast Dark Petition. With Dark Petition on stack, they can crack LED, get 3 red. So now they have 4 black, 3 red. So crack both of those. I'll have 6 mana. 1 left over. So I have 4 and 3. They could then pass in Flames for 7. Cast Cobble Ritual, go back up to. So what, they'd have 7 mana, so they drop down 5, they net 2, they net 3, so they go up to 8. And they go up to 9 with Dark Ritual. They could Dark Petition and Tendrils, which would not be quite enough. If they play Empty the Warrens, it's still not quite enough because Meddling Mage alone can pretty much kill them. I'm not sure what my opponent has for outs here. Because what, we're on 1, 2, 3 spells. Dark Petition will be 4. Pass Points will be 5. Ritual again will be 6. Another Ritual will be 7. Tendrils. Okay, so they're not going to be dead this turn. I'm not sure what the point of doing this was, though, because that's only 8 life. Go to 15, like, that's all fine and dandy, but I'm just going to get rid of this. The hard cast is sort of Fire and Ice, because I know about it. I don't want them to just randomly get there. Okay. So that was probably better post-combat to gain a little bit extra life. So, like, we could have hold on the Wasteland, hold on the Sword of Fire and Ice, gained 2 extra life, gone to 18 instead. I'm going to F6 and go to the bathroom real quick. I don't think my opponent is going to do anything other than scoop. Okay, my opponent still has not scooped, so this is interesting. Not sure my opponent thinks they have his outs at this point. I'm not sure if they're trying to get us to just leave or if they're trying to tie him down, but maybe they're trying to see more. Alright, yeah, I don't know what they were trying for there, but Aetherborn Chaos come in. I think this is ad nauseum, so we're going to bring in Rest in Peace, Phyrexian Invoker, Flush of Storms, Grafdigger's Cage, Rock Progenitus. We have a ton of hate for this match post-board. So True Name Nemesis are generally not going to be great. Vendilion Click's fine. Geist is fine because it's an amazing clock. Mother Runes isn't going to be relevant. Source of Plowshares is not going to be relevant. And that's pretty much where we're at. So we're going to submit this deck. So we have Recruit the Guards to go get our hate creatures. We have 2 Rest in Peace, a Grafdigger's Cage, a Relic Progenitus, 2 Flush of Storms. We have 2 Phyrexian Invokers to shut down their artifact mana. We have so much hate for the post board. This should be good. We get to cut all of our chaff, like Mother of Runes, Source Plowshares, etc. If I had a colored sword, if I had 2 colored swords in this hand would be amazing. There's no way they can get all of our 2-drop hate. This hand is fine. We can turn 1 Flush the Storm, turn 2 Aether Vial, or turn 2 Thalia. So I'm going to keep this. I don't know if this is perfect, but it's very close to the opening. Like, if I had to mull to 6, this would be the closest to a 6-card hand that I would keep. Tundra, we don't need more lands, so we're going to put that on bottom. It's likely we're going to get to rest here, so Flush Storm will likely go away. Which means our turn 1 is probably just going to be Vial and say go. Thoughtseize, okay. I still have to assume Thoughtseize is going to take Flush Storm because our turn 1 play is going to be Vial. If they have a hand that can go off turn 2, well, it looks like they mulligan to 6 as well. Yeah, they also mulligan to 6, so I don't know if they actually... Yeah, they took Thalia. I don't know if they have the cards to actually... We drew down Thalia. Oh, daggers. That wasn't the right card to play. We're going to name Human on that and say, go ahead. And then say, cool, Vial, go. Should have played a Flight Strand, held up, waited, held up Flush Storm. Vial's okay there. We still played 2 cards I know about. Yes, we'll take up Vial. And we'll also show them the Luxac that we are with Thalia. I'm going to get a basic item with this, because we have Karakas for the white, and then we have So we have Crocus for white mana. We also have Cavern Souls for blue or white. If we were to draw a Meddling Mage, I'm going to say go on that. So next turn we can play a Crocus to hold up Vial for 2 and Crocus. And then end of turn, if they don't do anything, we can use the Vial to put in a Stoneforge Mystic, get a piece of equipment, get that going online. So we're going to start with an attack here. There's an attack. Okay, we'll pass turn because we don't need to do anything else. We'll go to their end step. We'll put in Vial. We'll put in Stoneforge. If we draw another land, we're going to get sort of War and Peace here again. Mostly because, again, we are hoping to get some damage through. I'm not going to take a Vial this time because most of our deck is 2-drops. So yeah, that ended up working out. We're going to go ahead and attack with Thalia first. Thalia comes in. So I guess we have no reason to cast anything right now. We have the blue plus a colorless up for Flusterstorm, and then we have like Caracas up. They try to answer Thalia, we put it back in. This turn, if they play LED in response, we can use Vial to cast Phyrexian Invoker. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. Yes. So we're going to name Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay, so choose a creature type. That's interesting. Probably might just scoop to this. Yeah, there we go. We won the match. Okay. So Storm's still a good matchup for this version of Death and Taxes. We have a lot more relevant hate post-board when you have access to blue and Flusterstorm. I'm actually surprised they didn't take Flusterstorm as opposed to taking the first Thalia, because if they had a hand that could go off turn 2, they could have gotten us, but that's fine. I'm happy for the win. Ah, yes, another match. Join match. We're really late on land. I can't keep this, unfortunately. If we have like Vial, that's closer. This is much closer to keep. We're gonna try it. Thalia on the bottom because we're gonna have another Thalia. We're playing against Wackarock at 0-1, and we're 1 and 2. Okay, what are you playing, opponent? Play Misty Rainforest. We don't get much information there. We're gonna play an Island and Pass. They might think we're Miracles again. One of the benefits of this build is like you can kind of trick your opponents into thinking you're something like Miracles. Well, so we're likely going to, I'm assuming we're looking at Rug Delver, and then Delver Secrets right there. There it is. So my concern is running into a Daze. So we're going to start with Stoneforge Mystic. We already have equipment in hand, so we'll start with that. If they don't respond to it, that's great. We will say yes. We will get we have Sword of Fire in hand. We'll get a Jit, and we'll pass turn. We have a Wasteland, so we can Wasteland the land if we need to. We can play Wasteland, play around Daze by casting Thalia and holding up Wasteland, and if they don't Daze it, we can Wasteland. Oh, they have Force of Will, so they're definitely going to Force of Will our Thalia if we play that. We're going to want this True Name to resolve for sure. Odds are here they're going to Fork Bolt or Bolt, bring Stoneforge Mystic. If they don't, we're just going to cheat in this. We're just going to cheat in the Sword of Fire and Ice. Would like to draw Cavern Souls at this point, though. I want Thalia in play really badly. Still, Delver's going to come in for 3. So we're going to be at 17. Okay, no, we don't have blockers. We don't have flyers, so we don't have blockers. Okay, Scalding Tarn, that's cool. Clear out your Brainstorm. That's awesome. Tarmogoyf's kind of what I was worried about. Tarmogoyf does present a problem. So we're going to go ahead and play this. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and play this Thalia. I want to start taxing their spells. If they don't force this, I'm going to Wasteland their Volcanic Island. Daze. I will pay for that. Yes. I'm not playing tomorrow like in the SG Open, like the Team Open. I will not be playing in that, but I will be. I will be playing in the Legacy Classic on Sunday. So they double dazed us. They returned Volcanic Island and Trop. So we know they have Bulk, Trop, Force in hand. I don't know what the last card in their hand is. If it's another blue card, that's really good draw, and I don't know if we can win this match. We're not going to block anything here. We want to be able to cheat our equipment in play if we get the chance. Who are you again, Oathbreakers? I'm sorry. I know. I'm fairly positive I know who you are, but I feel really bad I don't. So they have Bulk, Trop, Force in hand, so they have no other blue card in hand, so we have free reign here. We can do pretty much whatever we want. So here I'm going to Flicker Wisp, exiling my planes, returning it. And then end of turn, I will most likely Swords one of the Delver Secrets. I can't really do anything else. I could also just get Stoneforge Mystic to get equipment in play, because then I can answer the... I think I'm actually going to go with that plan. It might have been correct to just Swords, because right now I know they have Force in hand, so if they end up finding blue card here with this Delver, I know they can actually just kind of stifle. So now they have Force blue card, Bulk, Trop. It's Adam, Zach's Maverick friend. Oh, okay, so that's Adam Govea, right? Yeah, I won't be at the Legacy Open. I won't be at the Team Open, but I'll be at the Legacy Classic on Sunday, most likely. Thanks for stopping by the way, Adam. I appreciate it. So that's 3. That's 9 damage. They have Bolt. I'm just... No, so they have Stifle, Volk. I think I'm okay with taking this damage. I don't know if it's correct, but they don't have any way to remove my Flicker Wisp. I can equip this Flicker Wisp, kill a Delver, Swords another Delver, block Tarmogoyf for the Stoneforge Mystic for a turn. So I think I'm actually okay with that. Definitely going to be using this to equip. So we know they have Trop, Stifle, Force in hand. So I guess this Swords probably isn't going to resolve, which is unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and attack. We're going to get rid of one of these Delvers. I hope the card we draw is relevant. I don't know if attacking here is correct. Holding back to block in order to block and kill something is probably better. Stifle. Okay, so now they only have Force in hand. So I guess we have to Swords of Delver. We're still dead, though. That Stifle's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we have to Swords of Delver here. What are you tapping blue for? Spell Pierce? I must have missed something my opponent did at some point. Clearly I missed something at some point. They revealed a Force of Will and didn't fetch away, right? Maybe Scalding Tarn fetched away in response? Okay, yeah, you got that. You win. Yeah, I must have missed like an exile at some point. Relic of Genesis is going to be fine. I don't think Flusterstorm is going to be relevant. Friction Smoker will be relevant. Recipes will be relevant. Council's Judgment, answering Mongoose, Delver, and Goyf is great, but I don't think Council's Judgment is going to be good enough. At 3 mana, it's going to be tough to. It's going to be tough for that to matter. Jide, I don't think is. Jit's probably fine. Meddling Mage actually seems pretty weak here. As much as I hate trimming on creatures, I think having the Graveyard Hate minus the creatures is probably better. Sorry, my wife actually is going to be pretty much gone this weekend, so I'm actually texting her with her. I apologize. So what's everyone up to? SUG Westeros this weekend. Who here is going to that? Sounds like Adam's going to it. Who else is in this chat here? Let's see. We got Commander Root, which I recognize. Thanks for stopping by again. Electrical Skateboard, I recognize. Thank you for stopping by again. Romario Vidal, thank you for stopping by. And the Evil Mailman and Thomas Smiley. This is a great chat. I like this. I wish you guys were talking more. I miss you all. It's always great talking to people you know, you know? I just don't like people, so it's easier when, you know, it's easier when people you like actually stop by. What are you playing in Modern, Adam? Out of curiosity. So, like, in Modern, I'm an Agrolome or Blue Red Storm player. Blue Red Storm, I feel like, is horrible right now. Um, so right now, I feel like Blue Red Storm is actually horrible. Mardu Pyromancer feels like a roughly unwinnable matchup. And then there's just a bunch of damning spheres in the room as well. And then Agrolome, I haven't had much practice with it in the current Modern because I don't really play Modern right now, but Agrolome is something I feel a lot more comfortable with. There's a lot of a lot of Tron going around right now. Tron is a very favorable matchup for Agrolome. I have 3 Ghost Cores in 75 plus 4 Life from them, so buy them back. Yeah, this hand's very tempting. I'm on the play, so I'm going to keep it. This Vial has got to do a lot of work, though. So if I can resolve this Vial, I think I'm okay, especially if I draw a basic land. If I draw basic planes, I'm fine with this hand, I think. This hand is very sketchy, though. I would love basic lands. Wouldn't mind a Cavern of Souls. They wastelanding me here, that's perfectly okay. Okay. Yes, we'll take up Vial. Tundra. Alright. Pass the turn. We'll hope this Tundra stays in play. So they played a Delver. We're going to try and Swords that now. They could have Daze, which is fine. End of turn, we get a Mother Runes in play, which means all their spot removal is blanked. Unless I can double spell on a turn. You're playing Bant, Counters, Company. Bant Company or Counters Company seems like good options for Modern right now. Yes, we'll draw. Okay. We didn't draw another... So we didn't end up drawing another land, which is unfortunate. We do get the Stoneforge in play. We can get a Sword of Fire and Ice, which I'm fine with. Next turn we can get a True Name in play, which is really relevant. We're going to hold up this Mother of Runes. We draw another land. We want to cheat the Sword of Fire and Ice in play. What are you casting? Brainstorm. Brainstorm's fine. Yeah, I think Bant Company and Counters Company are very good right now, personally. They seem to be fine against Tron, and then there's also the whole... there's also that whole like thing where, you know, they don't really care about Graveyard Hate. I wish Stoneforge Mystic got unbanned in Modern, honestly. I feel like Stoneforge Mystic is just like... On power level, Stoneforge Mystic doesn't even feel like it compares to Jace, which is why I'm surprised it didn't actually get unbanned. And I don't want to start like a ban discussion, you know, in the chat or whatever, but it seems weird that Jace would get unbanned before Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge Mystic is pretty it's pretty weak. Like there's a lot of Lightning Bolts in Modern, there's a lot of Path Exile in Modern, there's a lot of Fatal Push in Modern. Modern has a ton of removal for Stoneforge. Jace, there isn't a lot of removal for it. And granted, right now Teferi seems like it's better than it just seems like it's better than Jace. But I almost feel like there's no reason not to have Stoneforge unbanned in Modern. Yes, we're going to use that ability. We're going to put in a True Name Nemesis. We're going to choose my opponent. We're going to try to resolve another Active Vial. And we're just going to go ahead and attack with Stoneforge Mystic, since we're obviously not getting anything else online right now. Love to draw another basic land. I do want to hold up Mother of Runes, because even though my True Name is immune to removal, Stoneforge Mystic is not, so we want to make sure that we can cheat in equipment as soon as we get 2 mana going. If my opponent like taps down and stuff, we can cast Rest in Peace, hopefully, which will keep my opponent's Goyfs and my opponent's Nimble Mongoose, which is really what beats us. Goyf, Ancient Grudge on that vial. Okay, you got an Ancient Grudge, that's fine. I'm assuming they're going to fetch an Ancient Grudge this other vial, which means they won't have Ancient Grudge available for equipment, which seems like there's a lot to be desired for there, but that's fine. If they want to do that, that's cool. Alright, so no more Ancient Grudges. We're going to say yes to this Vial's ability. We're going to play Crocus. I'm going to... I'm going to try and jam a recipes here. I don't know if it's correct. If they daze it, it's going to feel unfortunate. If they force it, it's going to feel unfortunate. I want to keep this Ancient Grudge off, so no, okay. We're not going to get there. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, True Name's going to get in there. I'm going to keep Stoneforge Mom back. Putting on Bant, Tempo versus KCI seems better than trying to be more consistent. Honestly, versus KCI is being like a oops, I win deck just better than being Tempo. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been playing Modern, so I'm not 100% on that, but I feel like in Modern right now, like, being fast is important with KCI and Tron and all that doing well. I didn't block the Nova Mongoose like I meant to, which is fine because I actually want to keep up Mother of Runes, and 3 damage doesn't matter to me as much as it matters to them right now. They're replaying the Trop. It's going to be their own true name. Yeah, it's their own true name. Sweet. I need to draw lands. I've not been drawing lands tonight. It's miserable. Yes, we're going to add a bit of counter. Okay, there we go. We're going to use Stoneforge now. Put in the Sword of Fire Nice. They have Ancient Grudge, that's right. I don't know if I should have been there. Alright, we're going to go ahead and attack them. Yeah, that might have been weak. I probably shouldn't have put that in play. They're holding our Ancient Grudge because they saw we got this, and this beats their True Name. I think we just win this race anyway, since True Name and Stoneforge at this point beats their True Name. As someone who's played, it's not worth unbanning. I mean, so like if something's like kind of meh in the format, is it not worth unbanning, or is it just like, who gives a shit? Like, I don't know. It's just Stoneforge Mystic is such. Stoneforge Mystic is obviously a very good card, but it's not like it's paired with like Daze and Force of Will. It's like Blue-White Stormblade and Legacy and stuff does so well because it can play a Stoneforge and play a Daze or a Force of Will, and then just call it a day. But in Modern, like, you don't get Daze, you don't get Force of Will, you don't Brainstorm, so like you Stoneforge get answered. That Battle Scroll you went and searched is horrible at that point. So I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I mean, I'm definitely crazy, but maybe I'm crazy for that reason. So I'm going to take up my Aether Vial here. If they don't Ancient Grudge my sword here, I'm going to take up Aether Vial so we have that as a way to protect our sword against the Ancient Grudge flashback that we know is going to happen. So there's the Ancient Grudge. It's going to be before we get Flickerless online, which makes sense. Now they're down to not Threshold, which is great. Another Nimble Mongoose. That's a pretty good card. Alright. Yeah. We're going to put the Aether Vial up. Ooh, hey, look at that. So I guess we just attack. We're going to attack with Stoneforge and True Name. They can block if they want to, but I don't think they want to. We'll likely Flicker Wisp out our True Name before our end step, so we can have it back to block an Mongoose if they try to attack. Yeah, it's not worth it. We're going to use Vial. Yes. Clear decks like that. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Tempted to cast this other Flicker Wisp, but I have no idea what my opponent has in hand. They haven't had a Delver in place, so they haven't revealed anything. Chances are they have some number of Force, maybe Daze. On the draw, I can picture Rug Delver keeping Forcible in their deck so they can answer a Vial turn 1. On the play, I don't figure that's going to be the case. It's probably going to be Daze. It's probably going to be that whole Force Daze play draw thing. So I'm not going to cast the second Flicker Wisp. I'm going to hold it for the Vial. So I can do the same thing next turn. Though I can keep pushing through damage and holding back blockers and pushing through damage and holding back blockers. We should come out ahead on this game. Who knows what could happen. Okay, they could just stifle this, I guess. If they stifle this, that's going to be miserable. Choose that. Okay. They didn't stifle it. Stoneforge Mystic really, like, even when it's good, it's really not that impressive, though, in all fairness, right? Like, Stoneforge Mystic, like, comes in turn 2, turn 3, if it doesn't get answered, turn 3 it cheats an equipment, and then turn 4 that equipment can do something relevant. Like, that's not really, it's not really all that impressive. Like, Stoneforge Mystic is not an impressive card at all. That's just my opinion. Like, I could be wrong. Maybe people like Stoneforge Mystic more than I'm giving it credit for. But I don't think I am. Yeah, you get your Trinium attack, that's fine. Another Delver. Okay. You got another Delver. Bile takes up. No, it does not. Kruligard. What does our Kruligard do for us? I don't think Kruligard does really much for us. It's not a true name. It gets like a... So I can't block either of these. So we're definitely going to do that. Do 2. Alright, so I can swing for 3 at least. I guess for Kruligard's at least a blocker. Yeah, I mean, Stoneforge and Counters Company would definitely be tough for some people to combat, but I really don't think Stoneforge Mystic does that. Like, I don't think it does much in Modern. Maybe it does. Like, I could be crazy. I'm definitely crazy. I could be crazy for that reason, though. Stifle? Yeah, okay. So my opponent has one card now that could be Daze. If it's Daze, this Flickerwisp is going to get blown out. If it's not Daze, this Flickerwisp is pretty good right now. So we're going to exile True Name again. We're going to hope it's not a Stifle. If it's a fetch Stifle, we lose this True Name for at least their turn. I don't think it is, though. So we have True Name. We have so much stuff to block. I don't see... My opponent would have to have double Bolt at this point, so their last card in hand has to be Bolt, and they have to draw a Bolt in order to kill us at this point. I don't think it's going to be the case, but who knows? We could get unlucky here. Alright, my opponent scoops, so they know that we got this, so we're going to begin sideboarding. We're going to keep it the way it is. Council's Judgment's way more tempting now that we realize they're definitely on True Name. I don't think I really was confused about that in the first place, but Council's Judgment is tempting, but I don't think it's really necessary. Resolving a 3-drops sorcery is not where we want to be against Rogue Delver, I don't think. Resolving a 3-drop sorcery against a Temple play with True Name is not something we want to do. It's going to be susceptible to Daze. It's going to be susceptible to Force. They're on the play right now, so Daze is going to be more likely than Force. If it answers a True Name, it likely won't be able to answer also a Delver that's been punching us since turn 1. So I don't think Council's Judgment is going to be the way to go. So I'm going to let it go for now. And hope that my equipment package plus True Name is enough. I hope Rest in Peace is good enough. Thalia, Click, Swords, Jet. Yeah, I'll keep this. I'm a little skeptical on this hand just because it doesn't have basics, and they are a Wasteland Stifle deck. They kept a 6-card hand. If they play Land, Ponder, Pass, I'm just going to probably Wasteland them. If they don't, I'm just going to play Wasteland and Pass. They tried to Wasteland me. I'm just going to try Wasteland their Scalding Tarn. They're going to fetch, which is fine. Assuming they're going to Brainstorm or Ponder off that. I'm not sure why they floated Banner in response to all the Wastelands going off, but Delver, okay. So I'm just going to Wasteland their Trop. They don't play another land, I get to Swords their Delver for free, pretty much. They only have Force, but we get to Swords their Delver for free, pretty much, and I can play Thalia. They didn't reveal anything about Delver, that's a good sign. It could be a bad sign, because it could mean that Force of Will is in their hand. Um, they have land anyway. That's great. Life is good when you're me. Oh boy. Nimble Mongoose. That's a good card. Okay. Alright, so we're going to play Tundra here. We're going to try and Swords of Delver. Next time we have Cavern Souls to play as Thalia. Hopefully they don't have Wasteland. If they don't have Wasteland, we're going to play Cavern Souls for Thalia. Name human on Cavern Souls. They only have 4 cards in their graveyard, which means Thalia gets to block their own Mongoose for days, which is great. Bloodstream's pretty good. It's going to put a 5th card in their library on their deck. We will name human. Okay. White. That. Thalia. Yeah. How else am I paying for Thalia? It's the 2 mana I have floating. Stupid MTGO. So this is unfortunate. They have enough mana to bolt Thalia in a turn. They fetch and bolt Thalia. They're going to be at 6 cards. They need another mana to be able to fetch, bolt, and get Nimble Mongoose on active duty. So this is on human. So we're going to go ahead and cast this Recruit of the Guard. So humans I want to get. Mother Runes. Okay, you can respond. You can stifle that. That's fine. You want to stifle, that's cool. It's better than bolting my Thalia. So they bolt Thalia, they can't stifle Recruit of the Guard. They stifle Recruit of the Guard, they can't bolt Thalia. This is pretty much win-win for me as far as I'm concerned. Stifle, okay. I'll attack with Thalia, that's fine. So they got that. So if they tap down for Goyf here, I'm probably just going to play Umezawa's Jitte. Or Jit, whatever you want to call it. I call it Jit. Whatever. Crocus can go away, that's fine. We're using it this turn anyway. Okay, so they're Mongoose. The goose is loose now. There's another Crocus, though. They have 3 cards in hand. We don't know any of the cards in their hand, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try and resolve this guy's Sustain Draft. I think that this is the right time to resolve it. If they daze it, I'm fine with that. They have to float mana and return a land to their hand, which is okay by me. We can't get in damage because their goose is a 3/3. But if they want to daze this guy, I'll fall with a Jit. That's fine. Maybe they bolt here. They could bolt here. Pyroblast. Okay. They played Pyroblast in this match. Sure. You can have a Pyroblast in this matchup. That's cool. So my opponent's drawing heavily on land. They haven't played a True Name yet. They didn't attack a Mongoose, which means they didn't draw a True Name there. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to try and resolve this Jit now. I think we have the time to resolve Jit. Don't think they have Days or Force at this point. That's good. Okay. So once we get this Jit online, we're good. Ancient Crutch. Okay. So they got pretty much everything they need. That's cool. So drew a card for turn. We don't know what it is yet. Chances are it's a True Name if they're attacking with Nimble Mongoose, though. I'm going to team block here. We want to answer this Nimble Mongoose, and we have Cavern of Souls to play another Thalia. They have bolts here to just blow us out. Like, they have all they need. Sometimes your Rug opponent just has it. Rug Delver does something for a reason. Rug Delver does this very specific tempo thing, and they do it well. Sometimes you just get it, you know. But we're gonna trade this Nimble Mongoose, which is a card we can't answer. We have another Thalia and a Source Plowshares to back it up. If they just play like a Delver here, we can Swords it. True Name. Okay, that's unfortunate. I kind of figured they had True Name, but all right. So we're gonna go ahead and play this Plains. We're gonna go ahead and play a Thalia. We're still ahead in life, which is good. We'll hopefully get the chance to resolve a click. I'd like to draw a basic island. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. I don't know what they are, but they're probably good. Let's see. What do you got? Delver of Secrets. We're going to try and Swords that in a turn. We just don't want that to flip. They can bolt my Thalia in response. Now we don't have Crocus up. That's not what happened. That's good. We have our own True Name, which we can't cast yet, which is unfortunate. We're just going to go ahead and attack. We're not going to block. We're not here for blocking, so just going to go ahead and attack. Yep. True Name's going to come down. We can't race a True Name. We need equipment. Swords is not going to be good enough. Okay, yeah, I really need to draw equipment here. I need to draw another blue source to be able to cast one of these two cards. We're going to need to race this True Name, and we can't at the moment. Okay, yep. So I have 2 turns. So this turn, if I don't draw equipment, I'm in trouble. Okay, so we're going to attack with Thalia. Second main, we're going to play a Flicker Wisp. Exile Cavern Souls and rename probably Fairy, maybe Wizard. So we want to be able to get our click online. Could be worthwhile to just rename for True Name Nemesis and name Merfolk, but I think that getting click online is more relevant. Hopefully this isn't Stifle. Fairy, I guess Wizard was probably more relevant than Fairy, but that's fine. Now we can Swords one of these 2 creatures to gain us some life. I think we Swords the Thalia, honestly. Okay. Yep. Yep. Do some life here. We're going to have to race this True Name in the air, I think. Ponder's okay. We're going to let Ponder resolve. End of turn, we will then... We do want to wait till end of turn, so if they draw another Ponder, or they draw like a Chain Lightning, something relevant like that, like we can actually like Swords in response. So we're going to Swords Thalia. We're going to try and gain 2 life, go to 8. That gives us a 3-turn clock instead of a 2-turn clock. That's actually perfect. Merfolk. We're going to wait on that. We're going to go ahead and attack. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and I feel like playing True Name is better here, but not by much. I honestly think True Name is better than Click, because I can't Bolt and True Name us here to kill us. This gives us the opportunity to pretty much put them to 1. I don't know if putting them to 1 is good enough. We need to draw equipment really bad. Oh boy. Okay. I wonder if they're holding a Rough and Tumble in hand, thinking like, well, this kills my True Name, it doesn't kill their creatures, so that's bad. So if they have Bolt, like, we're just dead. If they don't have Bolt, this Click makes a huge difference. Sword of Fireness makes an amazing difference. Okay, if we can resolve the Sword of Fireness, we win. Come on, don't have Force. Come on, don't have Force. I guess Daze also is relevant. Oh my god, please let me equip this right now. Don't have Stifle. 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 So the Grudge flashback is actually green. They didn't have it, but they did have the Stifle, so we couldn't equip. We can put them to 4 here. We have True Name back, so their True Name puts us to 2. As long as they have both clicked, the attack and bounce on your turn and re-clicked. I don't know that it really does anything, Adam. Grudge is relevant, but they didn't have green up at the time, so we would have won. Stifle is pretty good. True Name's going to block their Nimble Mongoose. Their True Name puts us at 2. If they don't have Bolt here or Fork Bolt, we're good. Although, yeah, so, okay, we got there. Awesome. So Rug Delver still a decent matchup. That was tough, though. That was a very close game. Oh, man, True Name's so good. Join match, okay. Yeah, we got a match. Woo! At the moment in paper, I'm playing Kess Landstill, which is the deck I streamed on Sunday. This hand's garbage. It's close. Like, if one of these lands was something more relevant, I would definitely be playing this right now. I would definitely keep this, but I don't think I can keep this. I'm gonna keep it. Fuck it. I got all the lands I need. Hopefully, I don't draw more lands. I like to live on the wild side, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna fetch for the basic island and say go. Again, hopefully we're gonna try and throw our opponent off, thinking we're miracles. But yeah, I'm playing Grixis Landstill with Kess Dissonant Mage. It's been pretty good so far. We went 2-3 in League recently. I made a couple misclicks, which I tend to do online that I don't tend to do in paper, which is unfortunate. So, Ancient Tomb, Chalice of Void, there's one of two decks we're looking at. One is Moonstompy. The other is Eldrazi. We've seen Eldrazi a decent amount. It's possible if this is Moonstompy, it would have been correct to Floodstrand, fetch for Plains, and play Thalia off that. It's also possible it could have been Floodstrand, fetch for a basic island, and not play Thalia that turn. If we fetch for a basic island, we can play True Name next turn, no problem. If they are Moonstompy, this is not Moonstompy, this is definitely Eldrazi. The deck is fucking garbage. Anyone who plays this deck can suck it. I hate Eldrazi, so you'll have to forgive me if you're an Eldrazi player. I don't feel bad for you. I mean, I do feel bad for you, but... I have to feel like a Thought-Out Seer definitely takes a True Name here. If they don't take True Name here, that's very suspect. They have 0 other answers in the... Yeah, that's what I thought. And we've only drawn Flicker Wisp, so that's unfortunate. So here we can play Flicker Wisp, exiling the Chalice of the Void. I don't think that really wins. That probably is fine, but I don't think it really wins us anything. I'm going to get a basic Plains. Oh, no. No! I clicked Mother Runes. Fuck. I meant to play Flicker Wisp, exiling their stupid Chalice of Void, but I missed really horribly. Yeah, another Reliquary is really good against Eldrazi. I watched a lot of Eldrazi players. Watched a lot of Eldrazi players lose to the Reliquary. It's pretty awesome to watch. So if I can draw a Jit here, I can play Jit and equip it, which is great on Athalia. Not so great when you see an Embringer on your opponent's board. Boy, that's a problem. Oh, fuck. I'm going to play Wasteland. I'm going to cast Flicker Wisp here, exiling this Chalice of the Void to get out of the way. This sucks. Emberinger's so good against both these cards. Fuck. I probably should have Flicker Wisp my Wasteland and gotten rid of their Ivugin. With Endbringer, it really doesn't matter. Endbringer's going to kill one of these two things, and then it's going to untap an Arpkib and kill the other one. Drawing extra lands with that start was not ideal for us. The maybe Thought-Out Seer Checker True Name wasn't ideal either, but... So we're struggling against Eldrazi, which is interesting. It's one of the reasons I missed 3-drop at Thalia. 3-drop Thalia was actually really good against this deck. Reality Smasher. Okay, that sucks. Alright, so let me think. If I draw any equipment, I can play and equip. If I play and equip to Flicker Wisp, I can trade with a Reality Smasher. I can kill Thought-Out Seer and Endbringer. I guess Endbringer can still make it so my creatures can't block. Yep, you killed my Flicker Wisp. Good for you. Yep, you killed my Thalia. Good for you. I should have probably used Basic Island to pay for the value attacks. So I could Wasteland them. Yeah, whatever. You get an Endbringer. That's cool. You don't have an Endbringer anymore. I'm dead. Whatever. Fucking Eldrazi. So bad. Alright. I was bored pretty much the way we boarded before. Mother Runes is going to go away. Council's Judgment is going to come in. What else came in last time? Broker comes in for Endbringer, I think. So we're going to board out Mothers. We're going to board in Phyrexian Evokers. We're going to board in Council Judgments. We're going to keep Thalia's this time. Last time I think we dropped Thalia. I don't think that was correct. I think we kept some number of Mother Runes, which definitely was not correct, because Mother Runes doesn't really do anything in this matchup. We do want to limit our number of 1-drops as much as possible, since they do have Chalice. And they'll likely keep Chalice post-board. I need another drink. Geist is bad? Geist is great. What are you talking about, Schneider? Geist is amazing. So, like, against Eldrazi, the main way we win is creatures with equipment. Geist can't be targeted by stuff like Dismember. Can't be targeted by, like, Endbringer and whatnot. So Geist is one of our better creatures in this matchup, as far as my usual opinion goes. We need white sources. This hand would be great if it wasn't for the fact we have 0 white sources. I'm going to mulligan. It's unfortunate, but I'm going to mulligan. This sucks. 1 mana source. This hand would be great. This hand's garbage otherwise, so we're going to have to mulligan again, unfortunately. Especially once we're on the play. If we're on the draw, I would consider keeping this, because we can scry a land to the top. Would be good, but... Oh my god, no... Fuck me, man. Yeah, bottom that mana source that we finally found. I'm going to play Island as I go. Wow, that hand turned out to be really horrible. Our opening hand wasn't any better. Second hand was absolutely miserable, no lands. Third hand was absolutely miserable, no lands. Fourth hand was not much better, but Wasteland's fine, Swords is fine. That was just really rough. We might lose this just due to mulliganing. Chimera Souls, I don't think is something we're answering. Wasteland's probably going to be held for like something like Eye of Ugin, Eldrazi Temple, whatever. Yeah, cool. Let's just draw more land. Sounds great. Where's all these lands when we needed them? Oh, Jesus Christ. What a bad hand. I guess a deck like Eldrazi, too. Like, Eldrazi punishes decks that don't function. Eldrazi does not punish decks that do well. Decks that function when they function, Eldrazi generally loses against, in my experience. When Death and Taxes does well, like, I haven't lost a match against Eldrazi with Death and Taxes that I haven't just, like, not drawn land or whatever. Oh, Kendra's here. That's why we're losing. This makes so much more sense now. I'm just kidding. How you doing, Kendra? Good to see you. Good to have you in the chat. We drew another land. Okay, so we went from Wasteland, non-white source with all white cards to no land to drawing lots of land. Sometimes that happens. Aw, Kendra, I love you too. Heart. Is that how you do a heart? Yeah, there it is. That's a heart. If it's not a heart, then I apologize. Walking Ballista for 1, that's a problem, but this Council Judgment will answer it. As much as I don't want to just waste a Council Judgment on that, I feel like I have to. So Walking Ballista can just start shooting like Thalias and stuff. We have to answer it. Just poke it in for a few before bed here. Yeah, you're starting to work early now, right? You said you're working at a game store. You work like a pretty regular shift. That's good. Thanks for stopping by, Kedra. I appreciate it. This hand is so bad. Oh, the game life. Oh yeah, we Swords and Matter Reshaper. That's how they game life. That makes way more sense now. It's like, how'd they gain life? Like an old man shouting at the wind here. Yeah, cutting cross sleep is really tough when you're working like a weird schedule and whatnot. Alright, so we're drawing all lands now. Now that we couldn't find a land in our opening 6 or in our 6 or our 5 hand, now we're finding lands. What do you got? Eldrazi Mimic? Okay, cool. Eldrazi Mimic's a cool card. Come on, true name. Fuck! Another land! Another land's not what we needed here, damn it. You finish drafting cards and then you can play when you wake up, or you finished doing a draft in general and you'll play more when you wake up? Just out of curiosity. Crocus, awesome! We're finding all our lands, sweet. So let's see. We have multiple blue sources, so that's not a big deal. We're just gonna be Inhuman with that. Call it a day. Sucks, but whatever. Oh my god. Went from no lands to all lands. Terrible. You gotta draw something good. Recruiter Guard would not be bad. Recruiter, go get Stoneforge, cast Stoneforge. That'd be great right now. Jit. Okay, so we lose this match, is what they're saying. Gotcha. Oh, sweet. So they had Simian Spirit Guide to exile to equip the Jit this turn, too. That's perfect. Oh, Cavern Souls. Perfect. Awesome. Let's just draw nothing but land. That's a great way to end this league. In case anyone was not aware, I don't have great luck. I do real bad when it comes to luck. So, if we find a Recruiter Guard, we're getting True Name here for sure. Never didn't have it? Yeah, pretty much. Definitely getting True Name here if we find a Recruiter Guard for sure, 100%. True Name can block whatever creature has Jit for days, which is great. Wasteland is not going to do it. So we drew nothing but land this game, which is awesome. We're going to get rid of this Urborg, even though it doesn't really matter what we get rid of, because I think 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to go to 1 here. So even True Name doesn't save us here. If they do go all-out pump, they get 2 more counters. So Recruiter and True Name still is not enough. I think. Yeah, Recruiter and True Name is not enough. So we're very dead here. This still isn't enough to kill us. I'm not sure what they're aiming for. So it left us slightly like File, awesome, perfect. We're gonna concede that game and we lose. So 2-3 this league. That was a very, very miserable last game. We did not draw. The shuffler hates me. I'm convinced the shuffler hates me. So that was really unfortunate. I'm gonna show the deck again. So this is the deck we were on tonight. Blue White Death and Taxes. Kendra showed up, so we drew nothing but land after mulliganing twice on no land hands. So hashtag blame Kendra. Make sure you all post that on Twitter because that's how it works. But I still love you, Kendra. You're still awesome even if you are at fault. So this is the deck. 4 Mother Runes, 4 Swords Plowshares, 4 Aether Vial in the 1-drop slots. 3 Stoneforge Mystic, 4 Thalia, 3 Meddling Mage, 1 Jit. 2 Recruiter Guard, 4 Flicker West, 2 True Name, 2 Vending Click, 2 Geist, 1 Sword of Fire Ice, 1 Soul War and Peace. So we played against Eldrazi twice. Once they went on super aggro, got us. The second time they had like, I believe the second time they just had like a decent answer to what we were going. We dropped Thalias instead of Mother Runes, which is obviously incorrect. They thought not seared us, got rid of our sword, and then we just had 3 Mother Runes vials, so it wasn't enough. So I think that was partially. So if we had sideboard differently, like those Mother Runes would have been Thalias, which would have been fine. I kind of miss Big Thalia. I would consider putting her in some number of slots in this deck. I'm not sure where to put her though, because like I feel like my deck isn't even 60 cards given what the slots are. But it's possible I should just probably remove like Saint Trap for Big Thalia or Vending Click for Big Thalia. Click's been good, but it's kind of cute more than anything. Obviously, the meta being like way up in the air right now after the Deathrite and Gitaxian Probe ban, things are a little weird. 3 Karakas might be incorrect. I'm not sure on that. It's possible one of these Karakas could become another Cavern of Souls or Horizon Canopy. I still think 3 Stoneforge is correct, but it's possible going to a 4th would be good. I'm not really sure, but that was a little bit disappointing the way that last game went. Would have been a close match if we had drawn some actual non-lands that last game, but it happens. Sideboard I still think is pretty close. The things that got sold on the sideboard, like the Tam Priest, the Eastbourne Canonist, decks that those coming against were actually pretty good against anyway. And Tam Priest is a little closer than Eastbourne Canonist, but these 3 could become like stuff like O-Ring. Excuse me. O-Ring is going to be better against like Show and Tell and whatnot, which can be a tough matchup as is. So Sneak and Show used to be a really good matchup for Death and Taxes. Once they added Omniscience, when they can Show and Tell Omniscience on Hardcast Emrakul, that's where the matchup became really difficult. So it's unfortunate, but that's kind of where it's at right now. That was the league. I appreciate you stopping by. I want to remind you all that if it wasn't for Card Hoarder, if it wasn't for Hipsters of the Coast, these streams where I play all these random decks, like bad decks that are for the lulz, good decks that are for, good, meta decks that are actually legit. If it wasn't for Card Hoarder and Hipsters of the Coast, I would not be able to do that. So thank you very much for the sponsorship, Card Hoarder and Hipsters of the Coast, and I would like you all to check out Leaving a Legacy. If you don't know Leaving a Legacy, it's run by Pat Uglow and Jerry Me. They do a really good job, so go check out Pat Uglow's stream. I'll be in there, so if you want to chat, you can chat with me there. Make sure you harass Pat Uglow as much as possible. He's a great guy, but he's kind of silly at times, so I hope you all have a good night. Thank you, Kendra, for running the stream at the end. I appreciate that. Hashtag blame Kendra. Make sure you all get your hashtag blame Kendra in there. So take it easy, everyone. Good night.